interested in hearing opinions on crowdsourcing and things like that. So I'm wondering if any of the panel.
Okay, so just a quick, I'll just start at the end.
Very quickly, I made my anti-VC thing. The only advice that I've ever had from a VC that I really would listen to was avoid crowdsourcing if you ever want to raise money from a VC in the future, because it was about making a deal. And if you're a VC and you want to make a deal, you don't want to make it with 150 people. You want to make it with half a dozen or a dozen, and that's.
I think you have to look. There's two different types of crowdsourcing. So seed is where you're dealing with one dominant investor, so you've got one person who's investing in you, although it's crowdfunded, versus the other way you're dealing with a lot of investors. Our rule was we would never pay to raise money or to pitch, and that crowdsourcing process. We just said that was just something we were never going to do.
I don't think there's necessarily a problem with having lots of investors, because most crowdsourcing platforms actually write it all under one thing, where the guy that owns a small stake can't suddenly turn up at your board meeting and cause trouble. But I think there is a reputational thing if you're planning on getting a VC, doing a Series A, Series B, that they, VCs are vain, they are not very creative and imaginative, they like fancy things that are simple, and brilliant. That's right. I'm told that to VCs, it's not a problem. And then most VCs you talk to, they'll agree with that. In fact, I think a VC told me that. But at the end of the day, if you have a good bunch of angels, that counts for a lot. If you went to a crowdfunding, at the end of the day, no offense to crowdfunding, I think it's a great opportunity for some businesses, but they will go, well, what was the problem? Couldn't you get a good angel? Did no good angel believe in your business? It sets off warning bells for them that they won't like. So for them, it's, it doesn't mean, if they really like your business and you're doing amazingly, they'll step over that, but it sends the wrong message.
The only slight exception is Kickstarter, which is kind of crowdfunding, but not. And
it's currently called out.
Yeah, you're great.
And the other thing someone mentioned actually when we were all talking earlier was that the value that you mentioned, the value that you get from angels, you can't replicate with crowdfunding. I mean, one of my best non-execs on my board is an angel investor. He's been brilliant. You don't get that with crowdsourcing your cash. Someone who's got someone else's skin in the game. We've all on our board got skin in the game, and this is a guy with skin in the game who's done it, been in scene and all that stuff. Got the t-shirts.
Yeah. My lead investor is, I'm a B2B2C product. My lead investor and chairman is the ex-European head of Oracle. That helps.
He knows it.
Yeah, people go, oh yeah, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Okay, fine. He probably made a good decision there. So.
It's really important to work with people that they can help you also, and that's
Chris's opinion over here on crowd.
I'll take my startup hat up and put on my European Crowdfunding Association hat. There are different types of crowdfunding. I think there's rewards based and it's peer-to-peer lending as well, but there's rewards based and equity. I think there's risk with equity, particularly with the VC's opinion of it. I think that opinion will shift. I think we'll find that crowdfunding for equity will be for small amounts of money. The bit you just need to get it to the point other people can take an interest. But rewards-based crowdfunding and equity-based crowdfunding can do a very good job in PR. So because of taking on the Crowdfunding Association, I've put my company onto Seeders without an expectation of actually raising, but it has brought some brilliant beta testers. People who put some money in and then are saying, we want to try a product, and you're saying, well, look, it's really not ready for families to use yet, but, oh yeah, we'll look at it, I don't mind. So
Seeders is a great I was talking to, I don't know if you said someone in the break who said that, agreed with all you're saying, that it works very nicely in a consumer-based market. If people are going to be purchasing that product long term, but if you're B2B I'm not a huge fan of crowdfunding, but it would show sales in a B2C market, but maybe not so much in an equity-based, that's market.